Sir, in Israel, of course, there is currently no stagnation when it comes to Israel's actions. Their intentions and actions have remained consistent ever since the issue began. And what exactly are they aiming to do? It is crystal clear that their ambition is to acquire more Syrian land for themselves, particularly from the Golan Heights region, which they already inhabit. Over the course of the last 7 or 8 days, we have witnessed their continuous efforts to advance in the Hermon Sira Mountains and extend their control over the territory they currently occupy. Moreover, reports indicate that they have also managed to secure additional space on the Syrian side of the corridor known as the David Corridor, which they have always yearned for. Simultaneously, it is not uncommon for Israel to launch airstrikes in various locations beyond Damascus. Additionally, it is noteworthy that their constant efforts involve using religious terminology to clarify their actions. Their latest initiative has been labeled as Bashanoku, which is what they are striving to achieve. Let's take a look at the news related to this. Then Khamenei spoke for the first time in Iran after these issues in Syria started. We will hear their words too.
While Syria is trying to rise from the ashes after Assad's ouster, Israel has taken advantage of the transition in its neighbor. It launched an intensive attack on the country from land, air, and sea. The operation was called Bashanuku, the biblical name for the Golan Heights and southern Syria. In other words, once again referring to the Promised Land. Since the weekend, nearly 500 airstrikes have been launched against Syria. No military face has been left untouched. According to the Israeli army, dozens of missiles and airfield weapons production facilities in 5 cities and 15 Navy ships have been destroyed. The Syrian Navy was effectively wiped out. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz visited the naval base in Haifa from which those attacks were directed.
Our efforts in Syria are focused on countering and neutralizing strategic capabilities that pose a threat to the security of Israel. Last night, the Navy took decisive action, executing a successful mission to neutralize the Syrian naval forces.
At the same time, Israel is expanding its occupation of Syrian territory. This is Israel's first ground operation on Syrian territory since the Arab-Israeli War of 1973. Having first captured the buffer zone around the disputed Golan Heights, Israeli ground troops did not stop there. They went beyond the buffer zone. Although Israel denies it, international media outlets have reported that Israeli troops have come as close as 20 kilometers to Damascus. So why is Israel attacking Syria despite the overthrow of Assad? The 3 stated objectives are to prove that the annexed Golan Heights will not be given up, to prevent the use of Assad regime weapons against Israel in the first place, and to prevent the opposition from allowing Iran to regain influence in Syria. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu threatened the new Syrian government on Iran. He said that if you repeat what Assad did, the same will happen to you.
If this regime allows Iran to re-establish itself in Syria, or if it allows Iran to transfer weapons to Hezbollah, or if it attacks us, we will respond strongly. We will make them pay a heavy price. What happened to the previous regime will happen to this regime.
Countries in the region are worried. In addition to Turkey, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Iraq have condemned Israel's land grab in Syria.